Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel.
What's up, guys? Hey y'all.
No, I want to start.
Okay.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys, to another video brought to you by yours truly, Chris and Makala.
If you're new to our channel, we post every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
We talk about relationship advice, moving to New York, tips about living in New York City.
Financial tips, relationship tips.
Basically everything about life that you need to know. So if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss when we post.
And if you have any suggestions, anything, any tips whatsoever, please feel free to leave it to us in the comment section.
So today we're going to talk about relationship advice. I know we've kind of given some of that in the past, have we?
Yeah, we have.
And today we're going to talk about more specifically for those who are in a new relationship, because we're still newbies in our relationship, and we've obviously moved quite fast for the average relationship.
As people say.
As people say. So we just thought that we'd come at you with some tips to help you if you're in a new relationship and how you can maybe just look to keep building that relationship stronger.
Exactly. So the first tip we're going to bring to you guys today is being comfortable with yourself around your significant other.
Yeah, just being yourself.
Yes, because a lot of people for some reason feel the need to kind of mask, their inner colors.
Like who
simply
they
because
are.
They're afraid that, I guess, the significant other or whoever might not accept them for who they are. Which in our reality is really pointless, because if you plan on spending a long time with them, you're gonna want to show your true colors, because sooner or later it's gonna come out.
So
you can't hide it forever.
It's just better that you come right out the bat in the relationship, acting like who you are, showing your true colors, being your complete self. So that way you know from the beginning, like, is this somebody that I want to be with? And you're not putting up a front, like trying to get this person to like you, when if they don't like you for who you really are, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship with them anyway.
Exactly. You don't need to be micro catfishing people. You want to be yourself, your authentic, beautiful self.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, the person that's going to love you for you is going to be for you regardless.
Exactly. That was good, babe. That was good. Look what time it is.
It is 12:12, guys.
12:12.
For the past couple of weeks, we've been having this phenomenon. Whenever we look at the time, it's always a repetitive number, which I think means
11,
something.
11,
It
12,
could be
12.
11, 11, 12, 12.
Fives, all fives.
222, 333, 444. It's been like ample amount of times.
Yeah, so like something good is coming our way, y'all.
Yes,
at least that's what I think that means.
And whenever it happens, we're going to let you guys know.
Yeah.
We're going to definitely put you guys on it.
Yeah. Anyway, on to our second tip. Do not judge your partner based on their past, because that happened before you were even in a relationship together. Like, they made those decisions before they met you, and you can't judge them based on those decisions. Now, you're gonna not judge them, but you're gonna want to take it like how they take the steps forward to become a better person. If something in their past was like not that great, yeah, that's gonna be something to consider.
Right. And when it comes to past decisions, a lot of times whenever people, judge people based on their past, it's usually because they feel like that decision that they made is because of who they are, not because the decision they made was a mistake. Mm-hmm. So whenever it comes to being in a relationship with somebody and you really kind of have like a foggy feeling about something they did in the past, you kind of want to not reminisce, but you kind of want to like take it into consideration that it may have been a mistake. Everybody's not perfect. And for us fellas, whenever we talk about guys or different girls who guys been with, even if it's your friend or if it's not your friend, don't judge a girl based on how many dudes they've been with or based on what type of dudes they've been with before, because at the end of the day, everybody makes individual choices for a reason, and everybody makes mistakes.
And they learn from them. They learn from those mistakes. Like, we're human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make choices that lead to a better future for yourself because you now learned from that decision that you made.
Exactly.
So instead of tearing somebody down because of their past, you should be happy that they experienced that and now they've learned from that situation, as compared to just like
judging them.
Yeah, judging them. So I think that that's a really important tip, because a lot of people tend to like bring baggage to a relationship, I guess, in a way.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's just important to realize that, like, the past is the past. We're human. We do stuff that may not be right in the moment, but we're learning. And you get to learn together. So
yes, but at the same time, don't feel the need to force yourself to be comfortable with the decision that they made that may be affecting you now.
yeah. If they're not learning from their past mistakes, or if it's something that you don't agree with and they're not actively trying to become a better person, then maybe that's not somebody you want to be with. So, I mean, definitely look at their past decisions and how they're moving forward with those past decisions.
But don't judge
them based on the past decisions. Because if they're a better person today than they were a year ago, you can't judge them based on something they did a year ago if they've been actively trying to become better.
All right, so our third tip, we're going to talk about not forcing your significant other to become something they're not, meaning don't try to change them. You know, everybody is individual in who they are. You know, individuality is special, especially because, you know, there's only one of you. So don't try to change your partner, regardless of if they have some type of characteristics or attributes that you may not like.
Yeah.
Do not try to change them, because at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt you in the long run.
And that being said, I think that it's important to notice, to note that you're talk about the things that frustrate you that your partner does or something, or that you do and your partner's frustrated by. Definitely talk about that stuff, because, you know, we each have things that we do and can be frustrating, or in being in a relationship, you're trying to make each other better. So pointing out things like that may be a little irritating or something like that, and talking through it and seeing what you can do to make it better in the future, that's definitely good. But as far as changing someone, somebody maybe, I don't even know an example. What would be an example?
Well, an example would be, for instance, let's say, you know, your partner is a vegetarian. They're trying to actively, you know, change their eating habits and live a better life, I guess, when it comes to their health. And let's say you're a meat lover. You know, you grew up in, you know, Alabama or the South, where y'all have fried chicken, corn on the cob, and stuff like that every week. So you really don't eat as good as the other person does, or as healthy rather, because, you know, good is relative. So when it comes to that, you really don't want to change your partner, because you don't know the reason that they may be doing it. And if they even tell you the reason that they may be doing it, you still don't want to change them, because that may be something that they're actively trying to do for a specific
for themselves, for a reason. And you don't want to try and make them feel bad because they're a vegetarian and you love meat, and you can't coexist, because absolutely not. You can both you can eat chicken for dinner and I'll eat vegetables. It's not that hard. So that's what we mean when you're talking about trying to change your partner in something, something that they believe in and you don't agree with. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't make it right or wrong. So don't try and change who they are to fit your lifestyle, because at the end of the day, trying to change a person is not going to work. Your relationship is not going to work out. So that's what we mean by that. So our fourth tip is not to vent about your frustrations with your partner to other people.
No, don't
especially
do that at all.
Family,
Please,
friends,
don't do that at all.
even strangers,
No.
honestly. Do not do that, because one, they're gonna look at that person differently, because you're just coming at them with straight negativity. Probably most of the time when you're talking about somebody, you're frustrated with them or something. So if you're talking to your parents about the frustration you have with your boyfriend, girlfriend, they're only going to remember the bad things you said.
Yes, they're constantly going to have a negative mindset, because they can only recall only the negative aspects that you told about them.
Because most of the time, we're human. We complain about things. So when you complain, you're going to mainly talk about negative things, and that sticks with them. They remember that. Even though you maybe move past it, they're always going to remember it.
Exactly.
So instead of taking the frustrations out to other people, go directly to your partner and just tell them you're frustrated with this is frustrating you, whatever the issue is, and talk it out. As we've mentioned before, communication is number one in any relationship, and talking about your frustrations with each other is going to just help you become closer together in your relationship.
All right, so the last thing we're going to be talking about is a sense of entitlement that we all fall victim to. Whenever people come into relationships, they feel the need to feel like they deserve something. I deserve to be treated with the utmost respect, even though you do deserve that, but you don't deserve to be first in everyone's life all the time, especially in a brand new relationship when they may be having problems of their own. You shouldn't feel like you deserve to have their 100% undivided attention. You shouldn't feel like you deserve to be number one when it comes to, their priority list. You shouldn't feel like you deserve for them to drop everything at a whistle or at your beck and call, because at the end of the day, it's
It's
a brand new relationship, and it is a two-way street. And you should kind of figure out that silver lining, kind of balance it out.
Definitely don't go into a relationship feeling entitled. Like, just because you're in a relationship doesn't give you any sort of like control over that person, or they should be doing this for you because you're my boyfriend and I deserve this and whatever. Yes, you deserve the world, and obviously you want to be with somebody who's going to give that to you, but you should not expect them to drop everything for you, or feel like because you're my boyfriend you have to do this for me, you have to do this for me, because that is not a healthy relationship. And this is a two-way street. You're in a partnership, you are trying to do life together, so you're going to go through this together, and you're going to make sacrifices for each other, but you shouldn't expect your partner to sacrifice everything for you.
And vice versa as well. You shouldn't want to sacrifice everything
Exactly.
for them. Also, when it comes to entitlement, especially within the relationships, and especially for us guys, a lot of guys feel as though when it comes to relationships, you deserve to be sexually pleased 100% of the time whenever you feel that urge. And that's not the case at all, simply because that other person that you're in a relationship with, is a human being also. And their sole responsibility is not to please you whenever you want it. You know what I mean? That's not what a relationship is for. And growing up, as a guy, whenever you, I guess, start to change and start to actually, dibble and dabble into, a lot of people feel like, that's the main reason that, they get into a relationship growing up. And, even though, maturity is a, process, that shouldn't be the case at all, especially if you're trying to thrive in a new relationship. You guys should understand and know your boundaries, and you guys should communicate on that part.
And it's not just men, women are like that too. And it's just important that you communicate your sexual desires together, and just know, like, it's not he's gonna have sex with me whenever I want to, or vice versa. That's not what a relationship's about. It's both of us together, we both decide that's what we want to do. And just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean that he has to have sex with me or I have to have sex with him. It's just like you just kind of figure each other out along the way, and just don't have expectations for each other that are unrealistic or anything like that. So that's really important to remember as well.
So those are our 5 tips. With us being in a brand new relationship, we've actually experienced a lot of that, and we use those tips to help us, and it has helped us tremendously.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely moved quickly in our relationship, I guess, compared to society standards. Yeah. So I feel like these tips are very, real, and if you were to follow these tips, they would definitely help you in a new relationship, because I know my past relationships, I haven't really, I guess, followed stuff like that, or haven't been my most comfortable self with somebody in the beginning.
Exactly.
And I think that these are just really great, because we are in a fresh relationship. We've only been dating for
9 months. Which brings me to a bonus tip that I want to give you guys, and that is going to be to try not to move fast unless it comes natural.
Yeah.
We've been dating for around 9 months, and everybody, dang near thinks we're crazy, because we live together now. And we actually, have made a lot of plans together, long-term plans, that we can definitely see each other, fulfilling. And when it comes to moving fast, I feel like you definitely want to let it flow naturally.
Yeah,
you don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you feel like you kind of move too fast and you can't take anything back.
So those are our 5 tips for you, plus a bonus. And hopefully those are helpful for you, especially new relationships, because we know how, being in a new relationship can be a little
giddy.
Giddy, and it's just fresh and new. But those have really helped us, and I hope that you enjoy these tips. We plan to share plenty more as our relationship progresses, and just kind of bring you along with us on this learning journey that we're on.
If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel as we post. As we post more every Sunday. And like I said before, if you have any suggestions, feel free to let us know down in the comment section, as we will be happy to answer and accept.
Yes. So until next time.
I'm a fool for your love.